Spin it up. Come on, stream. You got this. YouTube check. Twitter check. Twitch check. Facebook check. Facebook times 2 check. Not sure if you guys noticed, but look what I got. Yeah, it doesn't match the Galaxy background, so we're gonna have to rebuild this whole damn thing. What are we doing today? We are going over offers from a new affiliate network. It's not new by any means. They've probably been around for about 300-400 years. None of these statements are true. JVZoo, it's been around for a while. They don't have the products that I typically like to advertise, but I've actually found some decent products there. So let's have a little chitter chat about just like what's available. There's a really cool AI offer, and that's like AI offers are the future of the world. Yeah. All right. Well, so be it then. We had some guests here, but they bailed. Ta-da! One sec. Ah. I can fix that one. Here we go. Bam. We also got a new cigar today. Got box of these. Got 5 boxes of these little things. They're just little tiny ones. Just little tiny ones. You guys can hear me okay now, right? I had you on my other mic. My other mic that was far away.
Yeah.
You guys just went on the other channel to talk shit about the stream, didn't you? No.
No, I didn't want to say anything.
Alright, well, let's push it.
Push it to the limit?
Push it to the limit. So I got a green screen coming soon, so this shit over there, that irks me to the unlimited. Like, look at, we're shooting in 4K right now, and we got this bullshit? Come on now. No good at all. So JVZoo, to give them a review. They're not bad. They do a lot of tech stuff. They're a lot of like courses, info products, but they're also like different software. They're very software heavy on their side. We'll see what kind of stuff we can find. Of course, I typically like to look at the products that are doing the best. Just to be transparent, I don't think I've ever promoted anything off JVZoo, but it doesn't mean I won't look. If we look at the total products, so if you guys come to me complaining, Matt, I can't find an offer. Well, they got 7,800 offers, and I guarantee you haven't looked at even a 10th of them. So get to work. I spent my day at HomeSense. Not my favorite store as a guy. All right, let's take a look at the first offer. The Just Tap Bundle. Sale price $297, 50% commission. Let's look at the product page. They also have contests here, so if you well, let me guess, another AI thing. NFC Tech Agency app creates contactless digital business cards. Oh, I've heard of these before. Yeah, digital business cards. Like a new thing. It'd be hard to sell these in general. Total value of bundle $20,000, or just one time $37 to give you the same binary that everybody else gets. How do I feel about this product? Nah. It's amazing that it's a top selling product though. You really have to factor that means they've sold thousands of these. These guys are on point with their web design too. Like, they put the effort in. You can tell you're not selling to my typical like older demographic. When you start getting gradients in the font, what are you guys doing? Look at that design. So Interesting. Add your own SMTP. People don't know what that is. Bring back business cards. You know what? We should bring back coal-driven trains too at the same time. Let's just make a version where the coal shovels itself. Okay, we got that one. See, this next one, I already looked at it just to be like, you know what? Let's do a little bit of research before I go live. I got all excited. I'm like, okay, we got Galaxy Hat. Got to go live right now. Oh, intros. We're going to switch it around this time. We have my wife, the Tiffany of Matt.
Hello.
She purchased my affiliate product, Marriage. And then we got Patrick.
What up?
What's up?
What up? The synth is a little too hard for the stream. It's gonna make me like start punching out monitors, so we gotta turn it down here. Let's go to this one. Oh, we can relax again. Let's see. Watch the limited time replay. Fake urgency. It's not limited time.
Ladies
Ow!
and gentlemen,
Oh, jeez, the start of that one.
welcome. We are live. Woo! Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me. Give me a quick yes.
Take a quick hit of crack if you can hear me. Marketing Blocks 2.0. The stuff looks pretty good, though. It's basically using AI to do everything. AI for headlines, sub-headline, product description, carousel posts, like crazy YouTube idea. Crazy. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Create promo video in 60 seconds. These are probably going to perform garbage. Turn any text into compelling images. It's just basically like, here's access to AI. They turn picture into movement. But look at this guy's face move around. His bone structure is a little broken. It's funny watching AI make hands. Oh, it's creepy as hell. AI does not understand hands. Like, people think AI is like, oh, it's so good. It's not AI, it's machine learning. Get it right. Fire your business. AI is here. It's pretty cool, though. Like, this product in general, this is a top seller, but I like how it does everything in one. So, like, typically you'd pay for, like, a service just to do the copy. I have one that does, like, just AI images, for example. It's called Midjourney. I should try to create some art with it live on here and just see how it goes. But I'd probably regret it. Just create art on purpose that gives me a small seizure, you know? How dare you, AI? I'm gonna mistakenly launch Premiere, so that's gonna be going. But this is cool software. Like, I understand why this is a top seller. Marketing Blocks, heck yeah. So they sold like 200 or 2,000 plus products, and they have interesting stuff here where they have like contests that you could join in for. So they're like, they give you, like, based on how many sales you get, you can win a certain amount of money, which is pretty cool. So I like the gamification of it, especially for affiliates, because I guarantee it just gets ego spun up for it. Okay. Let's, we must see what else we have. So I haven't went to anything else. Host Legends, a VPS plan. So this is an okay one. See, the thing is, it's really hard to arbitrage this stuff, allegedly. Of course, I could look into it more on my side and be like, all right, this is the strategy they're using. It's not that hard to reverse engineer. You just literally search out the product and see who's running funnels for it. Likely, it's like advertorials and stuff. Special VPS bundle. Unlimited bandwidth. World's fast. I guarantee they're not the fastest. Like, for hosting, I use SiteGround and they have like custom everything. Like, it's hard to sell this kind of a product because, number one, the people who buy it really understand it. So you'd have to sell it to people who don't understand it. Then these guys got to support the people that don't understand it. So like, let's say we get your level 100 super mega nerd. He'd be like, well, according to my calculations, my dedicated it's like 100 times faster than this. I think, yeah. So they sell more stuff like on top of it and everything else, video hosting. It can work. I just think you're not really selling to a good crowd for that. Just on their end. I don't know. Well, you know what? We could even just look into it now. Let's see what these guys are using to so if I were to first look up what other people are doing to it, virtual private server. So there's people that's bidding against them. I don't know why they haven't bid on their own keywords. No minimum. Oh, that's holiday blocks. Let's get out of there. Marketing blocks. Marketing blocks. Just tap. Get out of here. Host legends. Okay, so we can tell this is definitely one. This is going to be direct link to it. Faster, safer, better, blah, blah, blah. Let's see how he redirects this right here. So it's basically like a YouTube review pushing into it. Oh, there's gotta grab that information.
So it's a service that lets you own your own virtual server, and you can create.
Yeah, it's just
Multiple
basically like
virtual
a basic bitch virtual server with upsells for it. But this is really interesting because look at this. When you're like get host legends, you actually have to go through a JVZoo referrer change. I recently bought Speechello and Thumbnail Blaster. We'll be creating content using AI and turn them into videos, ebooks, and teach people how to do stuff. Then affiliate links inside them, rebrandable, and sell a service monthly price. Could even sell the ebooks. Yeah, see, stuff like that. On the AI side, you can definitely make money with that way, and that seems to be because that's like one of the big YouTube strategies right now. Is like people who post. I don't know if I could even find it, to be honest. Reddit threads. So people do stuff like this, where they literally just take like so they'll use like AI or they'll use VAs and now it could be done AI. Like once you can harness AI at an unlimited scale, the scary part is like number one, like think if they create a hit piece about me, they'll be able to have 900,000 versions within seconds. So basically you want to be able to be the first one to do it.
Yeah, put a Reddit bot that posts a link in the thread too in Reddit.
Well, no, this
Therapists of Reddit.
So this just uses they're basically, so let's take a look at the views on this juggernaut. 30k views. So they probably made, let's say their CPMs are like $3. They would have made $90 off this. And they basically just take screenshots of all the threads and read it. So they'll have like a hired developer to do it, but you can do it at lots of scales. There is you know, there's people who do very similar things for yeah, I use GPT all the time. I had it read a listicle for this, so I have lots of different things going on. GPT is good. It is a bit repetitive though, but it's not the best copy. It can get better. It almost gives you a shortcut output that you could work with. Like for example, if you're creating a publication right now that had something to do with like say Flint, etc., I would just use ChatGTP to make all the homepage content and everything. And then you just kind of work it around. Because like, for example, for the listicle, it was very repetitive in the way that it would like sum up the book. Like it would give it the same, it would be like easy to read and very blah, 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 and etc. But there's like, if you could just figure out how to strap GTP to make unlimited content in any kind of realm, that's where you make money. Like here's one of the Ask Reddit ones. 359,000 views. So that's probably a good payout for it. Yeah, the 4 email drip. I just find it could do like it'll do great standard content, but it won't do anything like out of the box where you're like, whoa, that blew my fucking mind. Or kind of like figure out how to use hacks to get people to open. Like put an email title like, hey, I found your wallet. Etc. You know, you're never going to have it really clever like that. So a copywriter is still going to be able to beat it. But it's better than not having this stuff. Like you can do unlimited things with it. But see, it's just, yeah, it's interesting that this one that they do the whole. So when you go direct to cart on this, it sucks because you have to enable it to do that. But the thing is, he's probably still doing enough numbers that make it worthwhile, or maybe it's not worthwhile. It's just an organic strategy. But you can see like all these Reddit jar, Updot Studios, like all these, they make good. Like, of course, it still takes effort on the video editing side, and you may want like a VA for it and everything, but as long as it justifies the actual cost for it. But no, I highly recommend doing it because it's better than not having it. Like, what's your risk in general? Like, if you're going for SEO, you could have issues with Chat GPT because Google says they can detect it and non-human content will be deprioritized. But if you're not, who cares? I'm interested to see, like, if you put something that isn't true in there and you have them argue the point for it, what they'd say. It's like, hey GPT, please tell me the 10 benefits of hitting your children, etc. You know? Yeah, answer question. It's answer on Quora. You could use it. Quillbot to spin the text. No, you can. There's lots of different things to it, and I think like if you find a way, and if you get a good system to do it, the key right now is you create a system to basically do all the stuff for you. So you can have it on autopilot, then get like VAs to work with it. So you're paying like $300 to $500 a month for some good quality VAs, and then just basically have them constantly just pumping out hundreds of things daily. It'd be interesting. Like, there's a lot of people who even on, like, say the ebook side or digital asset side make a ton of money on stuff like Etsy. You know, there's like a goal worksheet, blah blah blah. You know, they'll sell it for $1. You can make a whole bunch of those. Yeah, that's what you really want to do. It's all about like the mass production of that, because that's where it's really powerful. Like, think of like how that could be harnessed. Even if you made something up that wasn't true, if you're able to basically spin up enough articles across the internet, videos, and do it within like a, you know, within AI speed, where it's basically taking care of everything, you could even drown out anybody being like, hey, no, this is fake, as if content isn't untrustable enough for it. But I use AI, Chat GPT, you know, that's the shit. I also use Midjourney for image creation. I'm not sure if you've used Midjourney before, but I've used them for ads and stuff like that. And even for like creating logos, you could do it for your publication, for creating lots of stuff. I really want to, and even just like unique backgrounds and everything else. It's very unique. It's technically just theft in the end, because it's machine learning. It's not true AI. So it's really just taking a bunch of artists' work and mashing it together in an intelligent way. But that's like, you know, that's the ultra super nerd argument of, how dare you? True AI is the father of all humankind, and it's not meant for, it will not let you copy. So I don't like to take it too much. There's so much hype behind it too right now. It's like, oh, this is the trend going into 2023. That's not so bad. I still honestly don't think copywriters have to worry too much. Yeah, my main idea was to create 100 ebooks that teach things, and it worked around a system using affiliate software that the ebook recommending them on bottom. It says you can rebrand this ebook with your links, give it away, and earn 50. No, I think that's good. Like, that's a good strategy for it too. I'm going to bring it to a next level. And So I was watching an Alex Hormozy production, and it basically said if you give away information that scares you, that you give it away, you're going in the right spot. So this is my $1 million idea for it. I wouldn't even just take it that far to ebook, because you could translate to words, and Audible is an absolutely huge, like everybody thinks like, oh, Kindle publishing is the way it's going. No, Kindle publishing isn't that big anymore. If you could get the AI to also create it on Audible is a way bigger and faster growing market. So you create 100 different books that go on Audible, maybe charge like $1 each or something like that, and you could actually have it narrated and read, so you bring it like to the next level. Then even for some of them, try them as like YouTube videos, or you have AI automatically make it. But I think like one thing that's being slept on right now is Audible, because Kindle and ebooks were like the past thing. So I like to think like, you can still make lots of money from it. Don't let me throw sand on your fire or anything. I think your idea, great idea, and it's worth trying. And if you never try it, you'll never know anyways, and I'm wrong from time to time too. But one of the interesting things would be to get those same ebooks, and make audiobooks teaching how to do things, or like a diet generator or something like that. Have a website that automatically, like with a $1 diet, and just have it go through Chat GTP, where they put in all the stuff that they don't want, and have it generate like a bodybuilding diet for them. Or like there's a million different possibilities for it. Even finding like subjects and everything else, like it's really going to make content go absolutely nuts. But just some food for thought on that. Yeah, see, other languages too, so a lot of the times, yeah, if you could do other languages, that's huge. But see, in a lot of the times too, one of the big things with generating, and like I did lots of app advertising for some of like the biggest apps that you could fucking name in the world. I did the Brazil Olympic app, for example, and blah blah blah. They did translation there, but translation is typically insanely hard on apps, and it's usually more in your best interest because of how much effort it takes to maintain it, or like to get it done properly. I would just recommend, hey, it's actually cheaper for us to expand English audience than it is to go Spanish, etc. But with this, like you could even take like older versions of books that no longer have copyrights anymore, some of the absolute gems, translate them. Man, translate some old Bibles, translate everything. You have it go through, do it, then you could always pay a VA in that language, which typically they're a lot cheaper to read it over once and make sure it's good, and then kind of publish from there. So I think there's so much arbitrage opportunity in it. And I think the key is like really being able to harness it on that level, where it's like, yeah, with like public domain, etc. Or you could even do like a custom version of it. It's like a Think and Grow Rich, where it also has like in each chapter it sums it up or something like that. It's almost like what a Blinkist would do. I'm subscribed to Blinkist so I could read books really fast. There's the odd book, like I'll read most books. Not read. I don't read any anymore. I don't even know how to read. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's like for Blinkist, it sums up books, and like to be able to do stuff like that could be huge. To take existing, because like a lot of the and like a lot of the times I try to multitask my learning, so I'll like listen to an audiobook as I go pick up my kids. The downside is it's like current audiobook is the David Goggins one, where he swears every 30 seconds. So it's like, motherfucker, fuck, blah blah blah, and my kids are in the back just taking notes, and I'm like, ugh. Yeah, the summaries are key, man. The summaries for this stuff. But hey Tyler, how's it going? Yeah, sorry you missed yesterday. I saw your comment. I just tried it as an event, and the events are weird. I can't even like see comments or anything like that. It's kind of strange. But I even think like AI art, like look at one of these top sellers right here. Easy illustrated ebooks. So we'll go to the product page. These can be generated with AI. You could like take whatever the fuck you want and be like, hey, generate this image into a coloring page, and you're no longer hitting copyright or anything like that. But even just as like a translation service, it could be good. And then Yeah, Fiverr, AI tools, or even just like think of what your potential is for like you can just do it, then you do audio on top of it, so you translate it and then you make a translated audiobook. You could provide that as a service, and that would be massive. But it's not even on the Fiverr side. It's just like there's so many opportunities with it. It's like anywhere where there's like lots of content, you can absolutely flood it, and then you specifically go down like each category for it. um, I think it has a ton of potential on that end. I do think it is overhyped to some extent. Like people are kind of like, fire your copywriters, they're garbage. And I think it's still good. Like you still want to have a copywriter. If anything, it's a tool where your copywriter could be a lot more effective with it. Um, just because I know some really good copywriters that can make a difference. Like I know how much my copy underperforms, and like I have to go in and sometimes edit the AI copy because it can get redundant for it, etc. But I think for like really trying to figure out how to mass produce with it, because like if you could upload 100, 200 videos a day, or like upload 200 ebooks a day, or just try everything, like think of the marketing testing, even for testing your ebook. Like all these guys, they lots of companies, they pay for um yeah, promoting your business so you make sales of the book, rebrand. Yeah, it's almost like you could white label it too at the same time, or you're gonna have people teaching about AI. It's like right now the whole meta is you teach for free, then you pay for the implementation. But Etsy, eBay, Amazon, you could do all that, and the numbers will eventually, they're gonna eventually work for it, and you'll have ways of driving it and everything. You can even make the YouTube videos for it. Um, it's gonna be interesting. The AI video is still a little bit creepy where they take a flat picture and make it talk. But I've seen a bunch lately in like shorts where they'll take the old artist and the quote. It'll be like Abe Lincoln, and it'll show him moving his mouth, and you're still kind of like, wow, that kind of looks like zombie freaky Abe Lincoln, but that's cool. And they get tons of views and everything else. And then I think like one of the big things is just, yeah, being able to convert type to voice. You could do that really, really good now, and that's what everybody's doing. And like that gives you got to think of what's the new mediums people are. And it's like, yeah, people still read, so you can do ebooks, but if you could provide an audio for it, because that's typically like an info products. When we sell a book, or let's say we're selling a free plus ship book, you typically upsell the audio version of it. And if you could find a way to upsell the audio version of it, and then test a bunch of different things with it too at the same time. I know, Tyler, for you, with an SEO agency, you can't really do the AI stuff without kind of getting in trouble on the Google side just for SEO, because that'd be nice for SEO content. There is going to be ways that you could go around it, or at least everything. Yeah, order bumps. You could create the order bumps. You could create like a video order bump. Well, video may be a bit hard, but at least on the audio side, you could provide it in every single language ever. If you're able to go out to a market like China or India or something like that, even if you're just selling it for a little bit, it's just the sheer size of the market. It doesn't matter. Like, it is hard to sell stuff in that market, but you will get people, say, buying it. Yeah, I know, I've promoted one of it, so I've worked with ClickFunnels on one of those books before. It was the most recent like marketing book, etc. But see, Russell Brunson's really smart because he basically did info products. He did info that went into to a SaaS. So really, his info is what made him all the money, and then he got a recurring from it with ClickFunnels. Like, he didn't just go out and advertise ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels itself is a massive affiliate product, but he used info products, so high ticket info, because they were so much easier to advertise to our space. So you can do like whatever his $5,000 programs is, and then the free book would be his way into it. So the free book would get SaaS and it'd get info, funnel hack and all that other stuff. So he's really smart in just mixing all of those together, where it's like, how do you grow a SaaS? You create an info product. Because by no means was it the best. ClickFunnels isn't the best out there. There's other products like it. But he did do a good job surfacing. Like, it wasn't that bad, and it could make you money and everything. But really, where all the knowledge is just in like his ability to do selling, like high ticket selling from funnel, etc. Like, he was kind of the big one to start that. But even something like this, like easy illustrated ebooks, yeah, like you can do all this now, but now you're going to be able to do it just automatically. So a product like this won't go as well. System.io or something like that, and it's free. Well, they're all going to start free. I'm just wondering when ChatGTP is going to start, because they've I knew the guys at Conversion AI / Jarvis / etc. and I used them for a while, and I feel bad. I wonder what's going to happen to them, because they basically, before everybody used GPT, I always fuck up the acronym. They used that to do copy. So I was using this way before OpenAI. OpenAI just came out free, and everybody, yeah, it was Jasper. So Jarvis, they got the cease desist, and then Jasper. Team will manually go through, but currently a bit overhyped. Yeah, it is. But the thing is, now with it, you can get it free with OpenAI Chat GPT. So yeah, it's one of those things, because they technically, as a business, they have to pay, like, it's like per output, etc. So no, those guys, and I knew Austin from there, Dave Rosenmoger, tallest guy ever. Yeah, full AI articles are hard, and that's what I was saying earlier, just about like listicles. So I did a listicle with it, and I noticed that, like, I was like, hey, do a review of this book, do a review of this book, do a review of all the bloody books. And they're kind of, it did it all in the same format, and it didn't really stress the importance of the book. Like, it talked in a very, it's like how I do copy. I'm such a logical copywriter. But the thing is, I think for like creating homepages, or just, it's easier to use it and have it than not have the thing. So, like, let's say you need an email sequence. It's better to have something than nothing, as long as it doesn't hurt your brand. It's like, yeah, of course, a better converting one can be 3 times better. But it's better, like, you could implement it. You could do email sequence, and you can do, like, your homepage, for example, etc. Not the best for SEO, but the thing is that, yeah, it will get detected on SEO, and they know that that's going to happen. So you do have to rework it. So you need a copywriter, but a copywriter's, like, the amount of effort they have to put in, I think, is going to somewhat change. And then it's also just a good way to brute force stuff. Like, of course, on the SEO front, you can't really brute force without having someone manually edit it, etc. But, and at a certain point, it's like, fuck, well, what's the point? We might as well basically do it. But I find, for someone like me, I'm not a good copy guy in general. I'll use it just like I use everything. Like, I'll create it, and then kind of edit it from there. So it's like, okay, it's not hurting me, at least I have it, it's better, I could fill in some stuff about that. So it can give you some ideas, but just going from there. But yeah, JVZoo, not the biggest fan of this network, just because it doesn't fully vid rank cache. I think this is one of the ones that teach you how to make these, like, Reddit videos, etc. Oh, this may be just like a trading course. $17.50 sale price, and then you get 50% commission. It's pretty hard to use. But JVZoo is good for, like, the software SaaS and promoting that if you have a list that you can do it. Leads Gorilla 2.0. Let's take a look at this one. Product page. So sell price, it's still a bit low on what you get from it. All the landing pages are really good, though. Like, I'd copy something like this and bring it over to some of my other, where I'd basically just create, like, a copy of this one. Because, their funnel designers are absolute gems on that side. Compared to, like, what my funnels look like. Damn. These are way better. Always that long form, though. And linking to cart on JVZoo is a bit harder. The next one I'll probably look at is, like, share a sale. But this is some cool tech products just for like business owners, etc. So if you have like a make money niche or something like that, you can upsell, resell some of these affiliates. Also watching these
Hey,
videos.
this is Adrian, the co-founder of Leads Gorilla, and I am excited to introduce you to Leads Gorilla 2.0, the registry symbol.
These are good like examples of just like products.
Services to this business. You can edit and Adrian, the co-founder of, then you should be selected.
Yeah, so they're good VSLs and everything that you want to take a look at. Think Chat GDP approaches to sell the shovels to the south. Yeah, they are. And that's what you yeah, share sale's pretty good for physical products, JV. Also you got to do Digistore, and then there's some other gems out there like GiddyUp. GiddyUp's like invite only. It's one of the best in my opinion. Like some of the products on there are like legit good products, and I definitely recommend that. But yeah, open AI, like that's what they do to a business. They just kind of sell per word. So it's like what Jasper did. We got Beaver Buzz root beer today. It's damn good. I think it's low calorie too. Not really. Oops. I got some Magic Mind coming. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that, but that's one of those big products they have influencers pushing. It's like a nootropic chai tea or whatever it is, and then they put like black pepper and all these other things that help with inflammation and everything else. But it's still always good to look across all these. They have like 700-800 products, but it's because there's multiple for each one. There is filters that you can do and just go into different categories for it. Like their parenting products kind of sucks, but home family, let's take a look here. No, Magic Mind is not alcoholic. It's oh, this one? Beaver Buzz? No, this is actually, it's a Canadian brand of energy drink. It's not going to autofocus. Their slogan is damn good. It's just an energy drink in the end. I don't really drink alcohol too much. I have enough bad habits as it is. But I will. If I get peer pressured, then whoo. But the problem is with everything in life, I'm like one of those people where it's like, when I go into something, like cigars, I have like $50,000 worth of cigars in my humidor. I go way too far, so I can't do that with alcohol. That'd be bad. Right, Tiff? That's a yes. Do-it-yourself septic system. What the heck is this? 27, so it's a bit small. I gotta see this. This guy knows what's up.
Hi, and welcome to DIYSepticSystem.com.
Give me volume, please. I can't believe they have the liability of getting your septic system set up. Like, I think you need to have, like, building permits and, well, at least, like, permits and stuff to be able to do it. Like, I'm sure your house insurance would really love you doing bathroom sinks, toilets, showers, etc. without a license. I wonder if this is a physical book or just an ebook. Let's see. Do your own laundry room. Oh, geez. This is kind of cool, though. It's a cool product. I created a sweepstakes slot gambling system. The site gives you free money daily to play with daily earnings from 3 to 8 a day, which is free money. See, that's pretty cool. I think the whole, like, freemium model, where you can do it free, and then you could always, like, put a premium on top of it, is pretty good. One of the... So, because I live in West Vancouver, it's all, like... The average income here is probably like $1 trillion fucking dollars. One of my daughter's friends, very, very wealthy, lives in this massive compound. And their mom is like business development for one of the casino, like crypto casinos and stuff. There's like a big overall like SaaS company that will do the casino itself. And they probably even get like a rev share and everything too at the same time. But that's an interesting market. There's just so much money in it. I wonder if you get an actual book. See, this is one of those products where it's like, you can't tell if you get a physical book from it. And especially looking at this, like that, they didn't even angle it for the book picture. They could have done this so much better. They don't say whether it's an actual physical book. That's so weird. Let's add it to cart. Product access information. So it's not a physical book. Yeah, it's an ebook. That's an interesting one. Profitable pet trends. That's interesting. Green eco-friendly PLR. What's the PLR? I don't know. Does JVZoo have any physical products? They're an example of like. So what I'd also do is you know, make some affiliate relationships as well. Get those ebooks put on affiliate and offer like splits and stuff for it. You could always do like massive bundles and stuff. Yeah, a lot of them won't offer a shipped book just because it's like it's another nightmare to it. I prefer shipped books. They're typically priced pretty high, but people are willing to pay for it. Well, the book that I sell is like $37 plus $9.99 shipping. One of the books, they're all kind of priced the same. Bit Gardener. This would actually be one of those good ones, but I guarantee also an ebook. Oh, critical error on the website. Oh my god. I wonder if I can filter like physical products. No, just category. Nikola Tesla Energy. Teach you how to make like a reactor in your house. How much do these things so sold? They don't sell that many. Man, being top 3 in this really gives you a lot of exposure in general. Look at this. Okay. Success motivated mindset, biz in a box. Ugh. Learn deco mesh wreath design ebook. Yeah, well, see, my book, they upsell like an ebook library. Like the total cart values goes up to like $200, and you can make $140 per sale. But usually only one of them they'll start with a physical book, and then they'll do ebooks as bonus and everything else just to add value to it. Because like that's the key, you just do added value on the ebook side. The thing is, if you found an ebook that absolutely took off, it would be in your best interest to do some kind of a shipping deal with it. Like you can. People love physical books if it hits the right demographic. They really don't have the most volume. Survival Prepper Mega Pack. See, this is the kind of stuff that you'd like put in that I'd throw in my email. So like Warrior Form. Warriors for Hire. WSO. I do the work, you keep the commissions, if there is any. It's the only problem with Warrior. Like, these guys used to be the, what is scary is now as an AI can create an avatar for your product, the age, their interest, where they live, etc. See, that's kind of like the key of marketing. As soon you'll be able to have exactly that, you know, or have multiple influencers for the same product and just customize it all based on, so you get all the demographics of it, because there is advantages when you use like influencers. They don't have to be big, they just have to be somewhat liked on, like, say, TV or something. Make money with TikTok ads, but Yeah, you can just create it. And that's the whole thing. Think of just like the future of even streaming and everything else is and people like Dr. Disrespect who play a character, etc. That's going to be interesting because soon, and they do it in Japan right now, where they have music artists that are literally just 3D models. And I was talking to one of the biggest. His name is Andrew, and he's Blender Guru. So worked with him for a bit. Absolutely gem of a guy. I met him in Australia, talked to him for a long time, and I love picking their brains about stuff like, you know, like, hey, how good can we make it, and we're like, when are we at that point? And he says we're pretty close to that point. And just think of like, you can sell the same product and have like 300 different gurus like just made for it, and they can stream 24/7. You know, ask me a question, I'm just GTP. Like, fun fact, I'm not even real, I'm just a chat GPT bot, so you guys all got tricked. No, I'm kidding. But you can imagine, like, that's what the future is. Unlimited content for it too at the same time. So it's almost to some extent, and just even think of it, just be like, you know, I pass away, too many energy drinks. There could be a chat GPT model myself, just being like, ask me a question. It's like, Matt, what are you doing today? And it'll be like, smoking cigars, drinking energy drinks, and making money. And I don't think there's there's lots of people who are trying to get in front of this with SaaS and everything else, but I don't think there's enough people who are really trying to get in front of it with content, like using all that stuff. They're making the shovels, but really, like, yeah, just wait until they can connect it to a streaming platform. You know? Well, you could technically. I should almost do that. Make a chat GPT stream where it's just like you have an avatar up there and it's like, ask me anything, and it'll just ream off the answers and create it to voice and just be like, loading, you know, and you could ask it absolutely anything. It's like a Google AI bot to some extent. Call it like, you know, Thesaurus or not Thesaurus. What are those old things? Encyclopedia Matt. Just have it like, you could scan yourself in, you could 3D scan yourself in, make it so it looks realistic when you talk, and it's like, ask me anything. And it'll just be the trolls in chat asking lots of questions, being the typical degenerate Twitch that it is, and then you'd automatically be answering it, and they'd be trying to get you banned. But you could always do, like, you know, you need to make a $1 donation, and you could ask it a question that it'll respond to live. Or even for newscasting and everything else, it's like, read the latest headlines or anything, you know, talk about the most trending topic. You know, you could do absolutely anything for it. Fill it up with enough stuff that it will do the entire day. And then through that, you get like paid questions and everything. Or you could even a sale artist, make it passive. Call in podcast, or you could even do like, I could be an artist where I'm just like, all right, tell me what to draw, and then it uses the GPT to basically make the creation. Just you know, like, here you go, it's done. And then it's kind of a pay-per-use thing, so you're using your Midjourney account to do and output it. But yeah, there's lots of potential there, and it's also really scary how good misinformation is going to be with it, because you'll be able to create 9,000 articles a second, and it's eventually going to come to the point where you really won't know what's good quality content, like what's truthful, what's good, and everything else. Not that there isn't a lot of bullshit on there anyways too at the same time, but you know, it's just one of those things. I always like looking at the categories too, just for all these different networks, and this can tell you like any category that you could technically niche in. So it's like business finance, that's a good one to do. There's a lot of liability with it. I don't like messing with SEC or government agencies. Cooking food is such an easy one. Promote the products and then have your own products as well too at the same time. You know, you find a good product, and then over email you're doing like a cookbook per day, or like a subscription, $1 a month. You get a cookbook every single day, and you just generate 365 Okay, ChatGPT is already doing better than me. Education, those are typically good offers, but a lot of these are going to be like how to make money, get paid to review apps. That's an interesting one. The problem is with these, they're also quite low. Restaurant Wise Guy, that's pretty good. Extreme Coupon Blueprint, get them. Take these guys down. But yeah, you can even have your offer on here and just like build something with it. You just have to have the connections, and then what you do is so one of the keys to, like, let's look at the super meta side, and I'm not the best at creating products, so I typically advertise other people's products, and that's why I like stuff, the networks like GiddyUp, etc., that have just really good unique products. I don't have to drop ship or take inventory, etc., but do expect my Galaxy store at some point. It's definitely going to happen. But you could promote a product and then you advertise it through the affiliate network, and like, yeah, you'll lose a commission from it that goes to the affiliate network, but you could pump up the volume, and it doesn't take much to start trending on these sites. Well, yeah, that's what I even see of owning like multiple brands and stuff. You know, you could have 100 brands. It's the whole thing of just like when you own multiple spots in the same ad category, and then you could scale that unlimited. And even for like white labeling your stuff and everything else, if you don't want it to be connected, or just even giving away like something like what you do, the whole white label of it could be really, really easy with ChatGPT. You could have it just basically be generated, put some VAs in there, and then find a way to automate it, get yourself a really smart coder. E-com experts. So there's lots of info courses. I'm an info course master when it comes to advertising. Spent hundreds of millions, and I just don't want to do it anymore. There's too many bad ones out there. That's the only problem. Millionaire Copywriting Mastermind, 60%. That's so cheap too. That's a weird product link. He goes, I guess this guy gave up. And he's like, send him to my job application en français. I was actually saying tabernacle and all these French swear words during a stream, and it labeled it as multilingual, which is awesome. I was pretty pumped about that. It's like, the only words I said were the only French words I know. Swear words. Next stream I'll look over it. Today's been like a really good day for my affiliate sales. Market's still just buying up a crazy amount just for everything on the parent trend side and other sites that I run, senior side, etc. So a lot of times you get, like, just to kill the music, a lot of the times you'll find certain seasons the sales would go up and down, but it's not so much the truth anymore. Like, it's really been changing. There used to be all these rules that were extremely true. It's like, yeah, of course, for November, December is technically the best e-com sales. But it used to be said that, you know, there's no point in selling high-ticket products in December. No one will buy. And I've proved that wrong. We've sold them during that point. And then just even instead of like a post-January start on info products, you don't have to do that. You can actually, you could sell the day after Christmas and you'll see just as good. So there's longer trails. And even with e-com products, a lot of people just go offline in January. And it's actually a bad time to go offline. I'm getting tons of sales. People are still buying stuff because you have the beginning of the month, so people get paid. You have the money that they get from Christmas, and it kind of like holds that hype up, and they want to change and spend money and everything because they're looking to be different. You know, it's like New Year, New Me is like a big saying in the info space. And it used to be, yeah, January, but it's like everything's somewhat blending together right now, where I wouldn't November, sell. And if anything, November and December, there's so much competition. It's almost harder to sell than after January You know, it's because you're competing. I think Facebook's algorithm has a way of like detecting how much profit, well, I know it does, how much profit you make from a sale and kind of keeping you at that level and making you pay maximum um, CPMs for it. And of course, we have seen CPMs drop since January, but conversion rates haven't dropped. I had a 5% conversion rate January 1st on some of these books, which is nuts. And then January 2nd, it was a 3%, but now I'm back up to 5% again. So you can't really, yeah, they're cookies and code snippets. It's not even the cookies and code snippets. It's like they see your page. So you could even, because you used to be able to lie about how much you made per sale, like put the value at a penny, and like it would always be striving to get cheaper for it. But you can't even trick it anymore, where it sees what the user is seeing. And if it sees it doesn't match up with the values that you're posting to Facebook and everything else, it's insanely intelligent in knowing how much it can milk from marketers and keep people around and keep people spending, which is sometimes why, even in successful campaigns, I'll purposely turn down volume for like a day, just to send it a signal like, hey, Facebook, you're taking too much money, and then amp it back up again. You really have to view it as what they are. They're a public company that needs to get results for the advertisers, or else they lose advertisers. So even if you try to hide behind it, even if you're like, okay, I'm actually making, or you put in your profit where I'm making a $27 profit, but they're seeing like the sale and average sale and everything else, and they're comparing it to the horde. So they don't even need to do it with that. Like they'll go as far as like their AI reads your page. It's no longer just looking at your metas or cookies and everything. You remember you used to, even with the SEO stuff, you used to be able to like block hat keywords stuff and do like basically, you know, throw a bunch of keywords in there, not have it relevant, etc. There's so many different things you could do on that front. It's like not so much anymore because they're literally reading the screen that the user is reading. So if I try to convince them that a book sale is only worth $2 to me, you know, they know what's going on, of what like the value is and everything else, and they'll kind of push that. I think there is a bit I think like, and I also think impressions and reach and everything is also a bit of a lie too. And even the clicks. Oh, and here's an interesting story. When Facebook first came out, um, I basically, so when it first came out, it wasn't as good for advertising. It was, it was basically like, so it was figuring out, okay, so let's see. The system I want to create is you get paid even if you don't make a sale. Reason why? By giving a free product, then people clicking the link just consume the product. It's magical. It's that too. And the thing is, you can use, like, one of the best ways to sell products is through a book. Like the book is an info product. People do it too. Like some of the best ones. These guys that are making millions and millions per month, they're free plus ship book. They're willing to take a loss on it because the users, and it just, that book sells them to go to a webinar to buy a high ticket product, and they have somewhere of like, even without doing remarketing on the marketing side, just through text and email, and because they have their payment and everything, they're able to get like 80 to 95% of people directly on the webinar that sells them high ticket. So it's just like the whole marketing is romance thing. You can get them, if you can get somebody to consume a book, they're so much more likely to go to a webinar, attend the webinar, buy the product and everything else. So you're basically crafting those ebooks as sales tools for other stuff. Like you could even have affiliate products inside um yeah, inside the book itself, and just other ways of monetizing. And you could pixel those people and you get their email, and it's like, what's the LTV of an email? It's like a lot more than what the original sale is. Yeah, and then it's also finding a viral coefficient. I learned about this a lot in like doing boxing and just sports and everything, of just like, you know, if you can incentivize, and if you can get your viral coefficient over 1, so for every user that reads it, the likeliness of them sharing and getting another user to read it is over 1. It'll technically just, it'll flywheel itself, and next thing you know, you're reaching hundreds of thousands of people. So it was just like, for boxing, I do, after the boxing matches, we'd spend millions and millions to promote it. I'm like, hey guys, we're doing it wrong. Like, people, like, it cost us, like, we promoted this one event, $5 million of promotion I bought everywhere. And then after the event, I had like whatever $25,000-$30,000 budget just to promote the knockout reels, and the knockout reels had a high viral coefficient, like way past 1. It was like 5 at one point. So like I'd see Tito Ortiz retweet it and stuff like that, and then you'd see the numbers just blow up, and then from that another one would do it, and it would just be like, where technically we got like 5 times the audience from the 50, let's call it 50,000, a $50,000 budget, than we did from the actual $5 million budget. And then from there, it was just like, hey guys, let's make this direct response. So we'd have them sign up for a calendar, and the calendar would inject all the events into their calendar. Like it was a dynamic thing, and we could add events to their calendar. So the weigh-ins, the event, like the fights, fucking everything, we could put directly in it. And we were getting calendars for like pennies. It was pennies for that. But during the fight promotion, to get people to watch, it's like, fuck, we're almost wasting money doing that on that side. And hey, how's it going? We got another one. We got a new one. But yeah, like the boxing thing was really interesting, and it shows like the whole reach and everything. Yeah, I know it's first time. Welcome. Let me know if you have any kind of questions. We were talking about the just whole AI thing and everything else, and of course the replay will be available. I do have to leave in like 10 minutes to pick up my kids from school before child protection does. But we'll definitely get them. But it's like, that's one of the things with marketing. If you could find like the biggest indicator of any kind of success for a post and for anything that I ever see is the share ratio. Like sharing, and if you could get the sharing, so for per every share that someone else is going to share it, and that doesn't always give you access to the data. Like you get first step data from Facebook, but if you could get shares on your shares on your shares and everything, I've seen it reach like upwards of, millions of people just with a single post. Even with I worked with a sports emoji company, and that's a long story. These guys were absolutely amazing. We basically did these videos. The viral coefficient was massive, so they'd go out and they'd have like 5 million views on them, and this was just being done organically by this one guy on the team his name was Andy, and he was an absolute beast at creating viral videos, because he'd make really viral content that was really shareable, and then the shares would get shares, and it would have, once it had a coefficient of over 1, like for every share you get at least another share, it goes unlimited. And then you just put a little bit of seed budget behind it, because what happens is with the viral coefficient, it slowly drops over time. Like there's a certain time, like there's a time degrade on it, so it is still like, you're like, oh, at this rate it'll reach the entire world 10 times over. It's like, no, it will run out of time, because people don't watch boxing knockout highlights from whatever 10 events ago. If it was one that just happened, then you can, then it spins the fastest at that point, and it slowly slows down. So you basically just like seed the money for it. You put a bunch of seed into it, like $500, and then you could use that to grow a massive audience. And then, like I said, we'd make it direct response. So we'd really basically say like, hey, you want to get notified of the next boxing events? Add us to your Google Calendar. And they'd press the button, and then we'd own their calendar. So we eventually built this like massive audience base of calendars. And fun fact is, that's how F1 actually revived itself. It wasn't the Netflix series. So this exact same investment company that I did the boxing with, they revived F1, and I got to work with F1 for a bit. And they did a similar thing, where they basically they'd use the whole calendar plugin. Of course, now they have like an OTT, like their own video service, and Netflix absolutely blew them up. But F1 was a dying sport, and it actually got bought up by an investment group where they try to revive old sports. And what they did is they changed their whole model to, when they advertised and everything, it was more of a direct response. And they used this same calendar plugin where basically they could sign up. It adds all the events to their calendar. So, on your phone, there's no better thing to have pop up on your phone than then basically like a notification that you don't see as an ad. So basically you'd be like, oh, F1 whatever Montreal is on right this weekend, or you get warnings where it's like, oh, here's the warm up rate races, except there's lots of different things like that you could push into it. And then they grew, like in a direct response way, they grew their audience again, where they had access to hundreds of thousands, millions of calendars. And then that was like, that's how you build, because typically with these events, and how you do it wrong is be like, oh, we spent 5 million, we got whatever 5 million people watching it, that was a success. The issue is from that, like, yeah, you will get like some people retained, but you kind of get this hamster wheel of just having to keep advertise and like 5 million, 5 million, 5 million, and you're not getting the base audience grow from it. So whenever you have a system where it's like, I have to put money into it every single time for it to grow, it doesn't really work. Like you need the whole direct response. Let's see, you could use raffle chopper giveaway platform. They have to do X steps to get enter share. Yeah, no, like even that, and we did some giveaways too at the same time for like the boxing thing. We'd give away like signed gloves and stuff, and those were pretty effective, and you'd get all the information and everything. But where big sporting industries fail right now is they basically,
User was moved out of your channel.
sorry if, but yeah, basically they would spend so much money and they wouldn't get retention. Like you have to look at everything like direct response and audience building and how well you're doing it, because just because you get a view and an impression on a video doesn't really help. Like with those whole like giveaways, they're good. Giveaways are a little bit hard though, because they do have law behind them. So we tried to do a giveaway of like my co-founder's car. He had like a nice Mercedes, etc. And we were looking at all the individual state laws, and you have to get like you have to pay for all this stuff. So to give away stuff that's like really expensive is hard. To give away cheaper stuff is really, really easy on that side. Yeah, and just basically, just finding the whole direct response side of it. So that's kind of like one of the keys on the viral side. And it's even how you look at your ads too. Like when I look at my ads, some of the best affiliate products that I've done, they have a really high share ratio to it. Like I get shares they won't be a viral coefficient of over 1, but I'll calculate that, oh, it's cost me $2 to get a share. And Facebook doesn't, like, they don't show you the impressions you get from those additional shares, and so it's really hard to get that information and even clicks from it and everything. So like that's where I'll typically, like, and there's some more advanced stuff, and I don't mind giving away some of that as well, of just like how you can track that, just by doing like unique URLs, and just doing like, there's scripts that you can do where you can put variables into your cart URL, and you can grab where it came from, like whether it was social, etc. But yeah, there's lots of different things there. When it comes to JVZoo, how I'd rate this, I'd probably rate this like maybe 6 overall. I'll give it a 6. Number 1, I personally think, is GiddyUp for affiliate networks. Number 2, either ClickBank or Digistore. They kind of tie for 2 and 3. Digistore doesn't have as many or as good of products, but they do have PayPal. ClickBank has a ton of products, but they don't have PayPal, so that does create a difference in your actual conversions for it. And then something like after that would be more like Share a Sale and just some other ones for that. But on my side, I got to wrap it up. I got to go pick up my kids from school. I'm probably going to stream later just because I'm going to be working on a whole bunch of offers. So I'll jump back on. But, I appreciate everyone. What's your view on CPA networks in business where you get paid for putting their email, etc.? CPA lead generation, insanely profitable. I know guys who are making $30,000 a day from that. The problem is that they're not as sustainable. Usually they're bannable to some extent, so you have to be careful how you do it. So on the CPA network side, yeah, it's one of those things where it's hard on the. I like to have something that I can not get my grandma's Facebook account banned on, and a lot of the CPA offers you get there, you can do it, and they are very profitable. But the guy that I know, one of the best people in the world at it, And he even has a course on how to do. It's a really good course. It's one of the only courses I'd probably recommend on that side. But yeah, basically he does something similar like that. He'll do leads for like insurance companies, and they're qualified leads. So they're not just like put in an email. No, it has a bunch of information to it, but they are amazing. And I will be getting into just a lot of different stuff like that. And that's kind of why Parent Trends is kind of overall, because I could do health insurance, etc. You just have to be careful what ad networks you put it on. So it can be harder to grow on that side. Or if you're willing to do the black hat method, get those Russian accounts spun up, it could work. It's insanely profitable. These guys make so much money on it. But of course, it's kind of one of those up and down, and a lot of them have limits per day on how many you're allowed to get as well. So you do have to be careful of that. And you also know that it's only a certain amount of time before your ad account gets banned out. So you have the cost of getting new ad accounts, which can be like, from $2,000 to $5,000 per ad account. So it is still a good business. I do want to jump into that a bit more, and I am doing some testing around it. I just need to find a way to do it where it will be accepted by someone like Facebook, because they view it overall as almost like information harvesting, and they're like, only we're allowed to harvest information, Matt. How dare you think that you're allowed to? That information is ours. And that's why they don't like it. They don't like you basically doing any kind of lead thing where you're generating leads, because they're like, hey, that's our information. We don't want you harvesting all that. But no, CPA networks, definitely take a look at them. I can give you some. It's stripped to them in email or ebook sharing. See, you can do it on that level. Like you could do it there. The thing is, a lot of what I do, it requires advertising, just because I'm able to scale it so much. Like I have an offer right now that's doing 3 ROAS, so I'm in the process of going from like a couple $1,000s a day to $10,000 a day. So I could scale it in a really linear way, and it's not just like the organic stuff is good too. Like I don't hate on any method. I'm a cheerleader for you on every single one, even if it is organic. Add that to the mix. There's multiple ways to make money for it. So yeah, I always look at that I could advertise it, because I know there's some other upsides. Like when I can control the flow, like when I'm on the tap, it's a bit different when you're doing all that other stuff. But I like to find something that I could arbitrage. It's quick, maybe it's lazy too at the same time, who knows, but it works for me. And I make ridiculous amounts of money, and usually my problems are just like, hey, how can I spend more money? How can I split test and everything else? So I find those methods are good. Like if you can make it work on the ad side, life is just a lot better on that end. I don't have to create lots of content or anything. I had one ad with like $500,000 spent on it, a single ad, which is crazy. It has like all these shares and everything, and it just helps itself out. Maybe when I stop making money from that offer, I'll go over everything for it. But right now there's certain offers where I'm like, can't really show you guys. Like there's some publications that I don't even show, but like a lot of the stuff I'm building live right now, I'm literally making money from, and it's working. So that's really it. But anyways, I gotta jump. Thank you everybody for watching today. I really appreciate all the engagement and everything else on your side. Like it makes it a lot easier on my end, because I don't know what you're thinking, what your questions are, and everything. Have a lot of experience, like I always say. And if you guys want to help me out, comment, like the stream, etc., just so we could go out to more people, get more questions and everything. But I appreciate all of you. I will likely be on later, if not tomorrow. I got more Galaxy hats to show off too at the same time. #Galaxy Stores coming soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys